Welcome to the Redflex. We have a very, very special episode of the Global Fancam. As you know, the Redflex is a global community and we have a brand new member of the Redflex global community. Just before we go into today's video though, I would just like to give everybody a gentle reminder. If you haven't done so already, make sure you do like, comment, share and subscribe to Redflex. As we've said, this is a global community and your opportunity, your forum to express your views about Manchester United and your love for Manchester United. From behalf of the whole Redflex team, it is a great privilege to introduce Kiran, who's making his first appearance. Kiran, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're up to?
So basically, I'm Kiran. I'm from India. I'm from India, Bangalore. That's in the southern part of the country. So basically, I'm a college student. I'm 19. I'm 19, and I've been a huge Manchester United fan since 2013, since Sir Alex Ferguson played his last game, which was quite memorable because after that we have been having a dry patch. But he's one of the main influencers who got me that love towards Manchester United.
So it's a bit unfortunate, Kiran, for yourself that you only witnessed 1 year of the glory Manchester United days. There's been 7 years of hurt, 7 years of pain. How
Yes.
have you stayed strong to the cause? How has that love for Manchester United stayed strong for you?
I don't know, it's just the spark in me for Manchester United, no matter what the result is and how much disappointed I am from a certain game, but I just keep coming back, watching each and every game. It's just this love you have for the team. It's just like it just keeps calling you back, and you just can't do anything about it, and it just feels great every time you come and cheer on for your team.
Yeah, I can tell from the way that you're speaking, I can tell the love, I can tell the intensity, the passion that you have. And this is the first time myself and Kiran are sharing a platform, speaking to each other. But this is the beauty of the Redflex global community. No matter what the differences are, no matter what the time zones are, no matter what the country is, our love for Manchester United stays strong. And this is what it's all about. A few quick comments as well. MZ, who is a part of the global community and is a regular on the global fancam. Welcome to the Redflex global fancam family, Kiran.
Thank you.
SYG, welcome Kiran to the community. SYG, what would it mean if we won? How would you celebrate in relation to the Premier League? We're going to get onto that, but very briefly, if Manchester United made it #21, what would that mean to you?
It would mean the world to me. I've been waiting 7 years to see this moment. Ever since the last time I saw Fergie lift the Premier League, I've been desperately waiting for another manager to lift that for our team. So it would mean the world to me.
I'm going to get on to more about your views and opinions on certain players and our season so far. But one question that I would like to ask, obviously India being a predominantly country that has a massive support and following for cricket.
Yeah.
How does that play in terms of how did you fall into football? Do your friends support, follow football? How does it all work?
Actually, to be honest, this concept of the whole cricket loving in this country was before, before 2010. Yes, there was a lot of cricket followers, but now the trend is changing so much that we are getting a lot of football fans. I know, like, out of hundreds of my friends, almost 25 of them are Manchester United fans, and out of that 100, at least 75 of them watch football.
Oh,
So,
really? Okay.
so that trend is really changing all around the country. There's this launch of this domestic league, which has helped people to gain a lot of
Premier League.
interest. Huh?
Was it the Indian Premier League?
No, it's called the Indian Super League. So Indian Premier
Indian
League
Super
is, yeah. So Indian Premier League is basically a cricket tournament But this domestic tournament is called as Indian Super League. So that has brought a lot of football fans and a lot of love towards football, and there people are going mad. It's just surreal, just seeing how people are showing so much passion towards football. They just needed the push, and I think this domestic league is doing so much.
I think you've had quite a few recognizable faces that have appeared in the league. I think some famous managers, some famous ex-players that have played in Europe as well.
Yeah, our Steve Coppell, our ex-Manchester United player, Berbatov had played in the league. Then David James, Manchester City manager, he had a small feud with Berbatov, and Berbatov had walked out because they weren't in good terms. And West Brom, it's all crazy that all these players and these big names come from Europe, trying to help India grow and have this passion for football.
So in terms of Manchester United in India, is it a big thing? Is it massive?
It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. I mean, the passion the people have, they're ready to kill themselves for the team. And I'm happy to include myself in it. I'm ready to kill myself for the team.
That's what I love to hear.
Yes. Like, we have a huge, loyal set of fans in India for Manchester United. I have a tons of friends. Like, sometimes, the Tottenham result where we lost 6-1, unfortunately, it did bring everyone down here. But, that generally I've seen a lot of people change after one or two matches. I mean, just because of bad results, you start going against your own team. That's really bad. I mean, but for Manchester United fans and all of that in India, I can assure you that, I mean, at least my friends are not. We have so much passion for the team. We keep coming every time. We are here for our own team.
No, that is great to hear. We've got some further comments. MZ saying, I think Robert Pires has also been part of this Indian Super League. Don't kill yourself, though. The world still needs you. United still needs you. And now the Redflex global community needs you as well. So, Manchester United started off the season in a terrible way. There's no other way of saying it. So we started with a defeat to Crystal Palace. We've lost to Tottenham. Before the Fulham game, which we will go into, Manchester United somehow, some way, went to the top of the Premier League. Is that something that you envisioned? Is that something that you were expecting to happen?
To be honest, no. I didn't expect us to be on top of the league. Somewhere in the top 4 or top 6, yes, surely I do. But not on top of the league. But yes, things happen. I mean, I think we just got to believe in Ole. I mean, he's doing a fantastic job. He's delivering. He's giving what we need. Just I mean, and Bruno for sure. He's carrying the team. To be honest. So yes, I mean, I never expected, but I'm delighted to see my team on top.
Enjoying every second of it, just like the rest of us. And it is the first time that we went top of the Premier League since the first season that you watched Manchester United. So that is massive in terms of your love for Manchester United.
That means everything to me. It actually means everything to me.
And I think for a lot of the new Man United fans, like you've said, there's been a change in terms of interest towards football and the love towards football. I think the Man United fans needed that, just to say, stay with us, keep with us. The good times are not far away.
Surely. They needed it. I mean, waited 7 years just to see us on top of the table, and we have this now, and it's everything.
One thing I did want to ask you as well: who is your favorite player right now?
Right now it got to be Bruno, Rashi. All of them are like crazy, but Bruno stands a bit out for me, and David. He's been my inspiration. I'm a goalie myself, so I've always looked up to David. David, like I've been his huge following since 2015. That's when I really started getting more into the whole football thing. So
Do you
yeah,
think
so
David De Gea is back at the levels that he was in previous years?
no, he's dropped his form, to be honest. He but let's not forget one thing, that there was a time when that we didn't have any good players, and he's the one who carried the whole team. I mean, for example, let's take the instance where Jose took us to the second place. David was the main man. He was the one who actually helped us to go over there. He has done everything for us. I mean, we can't just write him off because of one or two bad performance. That's for sure. We have to support him. We have to show. But right now, his form is not up to the mark like what he was. He was the best in the world. Right now, we can't tell he's the best in the world because he's had a little few sloppy games.
There's loads of other things that I'm interested to find out. We will cover them. So let's go straight into this game. Manchester City won against Aston Villa somehow, some way. Controversial, you could call it. They went to the top of the league. Manchester United had the pressure of knowing that they had to win. And obviously this kind of pressure we're not used to because we've never been at the top. So in terms of the starting lineups, for me personally, I was happy that Bailly was back in the defence. I was happy to see that we moved away from two defensive midfielders to one, with Fred and Pogba playing, obviously spearheaded by Bruno Fernandes. Front three, I'm a massive Edison Cavani fan. I think he's a proper striker. I grew up seeing strikers like Ruud van Nistelrooy, and he showed me what a striker does. He doesn't necessarily have to score, 40-yard screamers. You need to be in the 6-yard box. You need to become alive in the 6-yard box. So that's what I have to compare strikers to. So I was happy with seeing Cavani, Martial, Greenwood. Do you think that was the right lineup? Do you think that was the correct lineup? Were you happy with that?
Actually, I was happy with the lineup. We seem more like an attacking team rather than more like a defensive one. Like generally when we play Pogba, he should be given more space towards the center, but at times he's pulled back for defense quite often. But yesterday's game, we see more like an attacking team. Although it was kind of a shocker when we considered within a span of 7 minutes. I mean, I was actually stunned. I didn't expect that. I never saw that coming. But see, as I told you, we were more like an attacking team. We were pushing really well, and I actually want to see some attacking football. I've not seen proper attacking football since Fergie left. And I think
you've heard the tales of attacking football, but you've never, in the last 7 years, you've seen Jose Mourinho, Louis van Gaal, David Moyes, not exactly pioneers of attacking football.
Attacking football, yes. Actually, everyone. I don't understand what they were up to, because they always used to hold the players back, not let them push much. More like a counter-attacking team, not pushing much, not keeping much of the possession. Like at those times, when Fergie was there, we used to be deadly. They knew the match was over even before it started, because they knew we were going to have the position. They knew we were going to attack all the time. They knew we were going to score goals. But after Louis van Gaal and all came in, it was quite certain that we were holding the players back. We're not letting them attack. We're not letting them push. We're not letting them go for the goals. We score one, and everyone is in our half defending. That's the main reason. Those are the few reasons that you're conceding. You end up conceding. When Fergie was there, he used to, even though we scored 2-3 goals, he used to push the players. He used to ask them to go get more goals, and that's what made us more deadly. We used to look deadly just because we were attacking. Just because you score one goal, that doesn't mean you have to come and defend. You can
No.
keep having that momentum. You can keep pushing. You will keep getting more goals. The pressure will be lay on the other team.
Absolutely. I think under Fergie, even if we didn't score in normal time, there was always Fergie time where the opposition knew that the goals were going to come. It was not if, it was when Manchester United were going to score. So overall, obviously, you were happy with the lineups. We got some comments. MZ, top of the league, baby. Yes, we are. David De Gea won us the match yesterday. I think that's in relation to...
It was fantastic. He was really fantastic.
Asir Laim, apologies if I didn't get your pronunciation correct. I would have Tellez as left wing over Martial. That's an interesting comment. MZ, I'd keep Tellez as left back, good competition for sure. And then Asir also says, what competition? Shaw would be great without competition. It's just made up lie. Shaw left back, turn Tellez left wing. We're going to talk about Anthony Martial a bit later on. I'm not sure if you've seen our Global Fan Cam video yesterday. Heated debate over Martial, so interesting to see what your thoughts are. But focusing on the game for now, obviously it was a shocking start, first 10-15 minutes. Aaron Wan-Bissaka in particular looked like there was mistakes to happen. It didn't seem like he wanted the ball. At fault for the goal. His passing.
He seemed lazy.
His crossing. What's your thoughts on Aaron Wan-Bissaka? In my opinion, he either needs competition or he's just not good enough. What's your thoughts?
He needs competition for sure. I mean, I don't see anyone challenging him for the position, so that's making him a bit more lazy. Because he knows whatever happens, he's going to fill in that position of right back. I mean, when Diogo Dalot was there at Manchester United, there was a lot of competition for him, and he used to perform accordingly. He used to be more active, he used to be more aggressive, but I don't see that right now. I see Aaron Wan-Bissaka as a lazy lad right now.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot made up in relation to Luke Shaw performances. I'll be honest, I will say that I was not his biggest fan. I think he's, again, a player who has a good patch of games, but then he'll get injured, he'll come back overweight, and it's just an ongoing cycle. But when I'm wrong, I will say it. In the last few games, Luke Shaw has been, if not the best player, one of the best players consistently over the last few games.
Sure.
What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that's got anything to do with Tellez, as what some of the comments have said, or do you think that's his ability?
No, it's just a competition. It's just a competition. He has the ability. He has the ability to do what he's doing right now. He just needs that push, and that competition which Tellez is giving him has provided him that. I mean, when you have somebody competing for your position, you feel threatened. You feel that someone's going to take that thing from you, and you try to put in more work. And that's exactly what Luke Shaw is doing. He's trying to be more consistent. He's trying to maintain his fitness. He's trying to do everything just to fill in the top 11.
Yeah, I think at times our left-hand side is predominantly where we like to attack, because, like we've discussed, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, very one-dimensional. We find it very difficult to attack down that side. I don't think Greenwood had the best of games, which makes it difficult. Obviously, the right wing, a problem position. We will get onto that. So if we go back to the game, obviously Fulham went 1-0, not the best start, but it's something that is quite consistent this season in terms of we've won 21 points from losing positions this season, which is, I believe, 10 more points than the second team who's won points from recovery positions. That's Liverpool. So our away record, you take that into account, we're 1 year unbeaten, 17 games unbeaten, which matches the 99 team. So these are real stats of, with real clout. But Edison Cavani equalised, but Bruno Fernandes had a massive hand in that. What's your thoughts on what seems to be like a little bit of a media propaganda in terms of going after Bruno Fernandes, saying, oh, he only scores penalties, he's out of form? What's your take on Bruno Fernandes currently?
Firstly, the people who tell he scores only penalty, I feel they're just stupid and they are in denial. I mean, he, if you look, he has 11 goals, and if I'm not wrong, he has 12 assists. 12 assists. I mean,
Yeah, I think he's got 7 in the Premier League, but he could have
12
more.
overall.
Yeah.
So let's take that into consideration. I mean, you have to be a playmaker to get those assists, and he doesn't only scores penalty. I mean, I don't understand the concept behind that. Just because he scores 2 or 3 penalties, that doesn't mean that he can only score penalties. No, you have seen matches where he scores from the 32-yard box. I mean, it's just magnificent. He just runs into the box. He makes the runs. His passes. Overall, he's just a magnificent player. He's just beautiful. He's the one who's carrying the team till now. I mean, Pogba is stepping up. He's showing his quality right now. We saw the goal against Fulham, fantastic goal. But Bruno, he's the top player we got. To be honest, he is doing everything he can to get us on top. I mean, even Rashford scores penalties. I mean, so Klopp the other day he was like, Manchester United only can score penalties, but Liverpool has got more penalties in the league than Manchester United. Why doesn't he talk about that? No, no one wants to talk about that. They just want to focus on someone to just break them mentally. That's what the media has been doing.
Do you think I know that it is Man United propaganda, and it's probably because Man United, this is the way I see it, Man United for 7 years have given the opportunity to other teams, say, okay, show if you can lead the Premier League. But the facts are that not only are Man United the biggest club in the world, Man United bring the most revenue, they bring the most eyes to the Premier League. So Man United being top of the Premier League is a good thing, not only for us, but it's a good thing for everybody. It's good for everyone, but I think that is what people are insecure about, especially the media. So that's why they have these little things. But we'll move on. There's other topics that I'd like to discuss as well. Obviously, half-time, Fulham won, Man United won. Let's quickly get some comments in as well, actually. Asir as well says, Luke Shaw was injured sometimes. Competition turns people negative. Look at Martial, Rashford competition. They both ended up terrible. Competition is not healthy sometimes. He also goes on to say, if fans think competition has changed Shaw, if fans think competition has changed Shaw, then use it against Martial or left wing and make Tellez left winger. Tellez has played left wing for Portugal as well. So I think what he's saying is he's not happy with Martial. I'm personally not happy with Martial, but we'll get onto that. So he thinks he needs competition as well. That's an interesting concept, which we will talk about shortly. So half-time, Fulham won, Manchester United won. Second half, we go into the second half. Obviously, we know our record away from home. We've come back countless times. So I was confident that we were going to come back. And then Paul Pogba, they've referred it as Pog Boom in social media. What were your thoughts on the goal, and how important was the 3 points ultimately that we got from the game because of that?
Let's starting with the goal. Stunning, beautiful. I mean, this is the Pogba that we want to see. This is the Pogba that we signed. This is the Pogba. We need a Pogba which is more consistent and who's doing what he's doing right now. So that's Pogba. I think Pogba, he just needs something more. I don't know what exactly he needs. I don't know what Ole is doing to him. Maybe a bit more training time or maybe a bit more game time. That's what he needs. But right now his form is just magnificent, and that goal, I can keep watching it over and over and over again. I'm never going to get bored. You're never going to get bored.
An interesting thing, my friend messaged me just before we come on air, actually. He showed me a stat. Paul Pogba right now, if you look at the number of appearances that he had for Juventus and the number of appearances he's had for us since he's come back, it's the same amount of appearances, same amount of goals. So that tells you that his performances are at the same level as they were at Juventus, where he was hyped to be, the next big thing or a world-class midfielder. Would you not agree that it's not worked out exactly how Paul Pogba would have expected, how Raiola would have expected, and how Man United would have expected? Yeah, things are going well right now, but overall, it's probably not gone how everybody expected.
No, it's not. I mean, we expected a consistent Paul Pogba. So these records are same just because in a few games he's performing absolutely magnificent. He's scoring a lot of goals in one game in particular, but in the next one he's really sloppy and he doesn't perform well. But when he was playing for Juventus, he was consistent game after game after game. He was scoring after every game. Even though he was not able to score in all the games, he was doing his job. He was providing assists, he was providing gaps, he was making runs, he was giving through balls. Like, that's what you want to see. I mean, Pogba, he might be scoring goals, but he's not doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing, and that is to make the game, make the midfield look more dangerous for Manchester United.
Do you think we can trust him as one of the two defensive midfielders that Ole likes to employ in most of the big games? My opinion, no. I don't think you can still trust him in there. What do you think?
Even I don't think we can trust him yet. I just don't. I mean, he is inconsistent. We can't trust inconsistent players. They are just going to screw you over at any given moment. I mean, you just can't. I mean, I would prefer Matic or Scott McTominay over him at the defensive side. I mean, if I want to push, I want to play more attacking. Obviously, I would put Pogba because he looks dangerous. But over a long run, no, I can't trust him.
A few more comments. MZ, there's no competition between Martial and Rashford. One is a striker, one is a winger. I'd rather we sign another winger, maybe a Grealish who plays left wing, and he'll push Rashford to the next level. He also, in relation to the Pogba discussion, says people are forgetting Serie A isn't the English Premier League, which is a valid point.
True.
So in terms of the game, obviously we ultimately won the game 2-1. Right at the end, there was a little bit of a scary moment. Cross came in, Mitrovic, who came on as sub, headed the ball towards Bailly, and it trickled very, very agonizingly close to David De Gea's near post. My heart was in my mouth, but luckily the ball trickled away. We won the game. Mentally, how important is it that we went back to the top?
Very, because if you would lose 2 points over there, right now it's Man City has a game in hand and the difference is only 2 points. So they win their next game, they're going above us. And now if you would have dropped 2 points over here, it's obvious that Man City, once they go above us, it's really hard to catch them. So if we need to keep this momentum going, we need all the points from each and every game. That is 3 points from each and every game, no matter what.
No, absolutely agree. So some of the things that I picked up, I've had nearly 24 hours, not quite, but I've had some time to think about the game and certain players. So I was really disappointed with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I was very disappointed with Mason Greenwood, but yeah, he's young. He's had a few incidents off the pitch which might have an impact, and it's only normal that you will drop off as a young player. But Anthony Martial, I brought it up in yesterday's video, I'll bring it up now. So his career started off with a bang. He scored a great goal against Liverpool, and we thought we've got a player on our hands, a superstar. He then went on to have a great season under Louis van Gaal, but since then, it's been very inconsistent. Jose Mourinho came in, ultimately wanted to sell Anthony Martial because he didn't think mentally he was strong enough. He was also upset when his number was given to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's also had some relationship issues, which, they're separate issues. But how have we given Anthony Martial enough chances to show that he is going to be world class? Because in my opinion, if you want to be Man United and you want a Man United player and play in one of the front three positions, you have to be world class.
Yeah,
And I
no
don't
doubt.
think he would get in any of the Man United teams that have been successful. Do you think
Yeah.
he's world class? And do you think it will work out for him? Because at the moment, I don't think it is.
Same, even I don't think. But let's not forget last season towards the end, he had an amazing spell. I mean, once like if you look at our attack, Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood, you know the game is dead. We make Martial play up front, Rashford in the left, Greenwood in the right. These three were looking deadly. I mean, that we had a spell where Marshall was really dangerous last season towards the end. But after this season started, he's been really sloppy. I mean, if you want to be a world class player, you can't be sloppy. You got to be consistent. You can't be inconsistent no matter what. So right now, I don't think that Martial is fit to be in the team. He isn't. He's not a world class player. He's not giving what a world class player should be giving. So yeah, I don't think that Martial is fit to be in the team.
It's good to know, Kiran, that you agree with me. Not many people did when I said that yesterday. I'll just get some comments quickly in as well. Asir and MZ are in one hell of a debate. I think maybe we need to get both of them on the global fan cam. They both are left wingers, Rashford and Martial. Martial is naturally a left winger. He's a number 9. So Asir says, MZ, everyone knows Martial is not number 9. He is left wing. Ask anyone. He can never be a 9. He is not a natural 9. He never was, never can be, no matter what he claims. I think that goes with what we're saying. I think there's a problem. And it's not just Martial. I think Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, to some extent, are overhyped. And that's probably because the media or because of where they come from. But if you take the front three, where last season everybody, even the pundits, the media was saying, oh, Man United, they have a very fearsome front three, the Holy Trinity, Bruno Fernandes behind them, they're going to cause massive problems. Would Martial, Rashford and Greenwood, would they be starting in any of the previous Sir Alex Ferguson successful squads? In my opinion, I don't think so. I think they would be bench players. I think they'd be coming off the bench, playing the FA Cup games.
Yeah, sure. No doubt about that. I mean, they are given this chance right now is only because we don't have those world class players that we should be having. Like under Fergie, we had Rooney, Van Persie. I mean, these people are deadly. I mean, you can't even think of comparing these people to Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood. It's an insult for Rooney and Van Persie and whatever they have earned. You can never imagine putting them into a Fergie team.
Absolutely. It's good to know somebody actually agrees with me for once. That's good. Few more comments. MZ, he is a 9 only because he's had to change position several times under different managers that has slowed down his development as a number 9. Exactly why we must start Greenwood's development as a number 9 now. Asira says, after Welbeck, Rashford and Martial project, you want the Greenwood project. No thanks. It's an interesting comment, that, because I had a conversation with my friend, I'd say maybe a year or two ago, and we were discussing Marcus Rashford. And my argument was, and my friend who kind of agreed with me as well, he said that Marcus Rashford is Danny Welbeck in disguise. And this was not recently, but maybe a year or two ago. I thought, you know what, that actually makes a lot of sense, because his goals output is not as high as you would expect. Obviously, he's young, I understand that. Danny Welbeck was quite similar. A lot of hype came in on the scene, but his career kind of filtered out. But on that one, I was wrong, because Marcus Rashford has shown glimpses of quality that Danny Welbeck has never shown. So I would say that he's a level above Danny Welbeck, but whether or not Rashford is world class, I think that is still undecided.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, actually, to be honest, I don't think we have any world class players at Manchester United right now. Rashford, he's much above than Welbeck, because he has given more to United than what Welbeck has. And Rashford has scored a lot of crucial goals, which has given us a lot of crucial points at all times. I mean, we can actually rely on Rashford at most of the time, but I don't think so. We can rely on Danny Welbeck. No, we can't rely on Welbeck.
MZ saying Bruno is world class. Would you agree with that?
He is, but he's a player in the making. He's a player in the making. I mean, he has reached certain levels already. I think he just needs a bit more time, and once he gets that time, maybe by the end of the season, he needs to make a bigger statement than what he's already making, a huge statement. And I think winning the Premier League is the best way to show that. And once he has done that, yes, we can actually tell he is a world class player. I mean, there's a lot of debate going on between Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes, but Kevin De Bruyne has done it all. He has won the Premier League. He has carried Manchester City all around. He has won the domestic treble, and he's called world class for that reason. So I think Bruno Fernandes needs to do something like that for him to be called world class. But he is a player in the making, and I can surely see him be a world class player someday.
No, I'd agree with that. I think he needs to win trophies at Manchester United. I think Cristiano Ronaldo was quite similar. Obviously, by far the best player that we had at the time. But I remember the season before he actually came onto the scene. I think he scored 20 goals. There was a great goal against Fulham that I remember. But until he then won the Premier League and then ultimately the Champions League, I believe that's when he was the Ballon d'Or winner at Manchester United. So I think trophies do make a difference. Just comparing the last time, obviously you've said your first year as a Man United fan was when Sir Alex Ferguson won the Premier League title. And if I look back to that team, obviously I believe David De Gea was still there.
Ferdinand he was a new signing.
Ferdinand and Vidic, centre backs. I think in midfield, I don't think the midfield was as strong. It was Scholes, maybe Cleverly was there at the time. Up front, Van Persie, Rooney. If you compare that team to the team that we have now, there could be some arguments to say we have a better team compared to that. So do you think that is true? And do you think based on that, are we good enough to win the Premier League this season?
I mean, you can actually have a debate saying that we can have a debate comparing both the teams, but I still feel that team was much better than what we have right now. I mean, we have players filling up, making a lot of difference to the team. I mean, you can't compare Vidic to Lindelof. It's a disgrace for Vidic, to be honest. And you can't compare. I mean, you can't just do that. You can't just do that, and you can't compare the 2013 De Gea to the present De Gea. I mean, 2013 De Gea, he was a young lad, a lot of fresh blood, putting in a lot of work. But right now, De Gea is not like that. I mean, he's been pulled back a bit. And if you look at the attacking side, we have Rooney and we have Van Persie up front. And if you see here, right now we got Cavani, who can actually be in a Fergie team. Yeah. But if we take Martial or Rashi, I mean Rashi can if he puts a lot more work and if he's more consistent. Yes, Rashi can be in a Fergie team, but I don't think we can compare our current team to the previous 2013 team.
We've got some quick comments here. So MZ saying he's not in. Asir saying he's not in favour of the youth academy strikers in the starting 11. Name a single youth academy striker Sir Alex Ferguson used as a starting 11. None. MZ also, I think, on the back of our discussion about trophies, says trophies don't make you world class. If they do, then Benjamin Mendy is a world class left back. Soom K, class of '92 came from the academy. Goes on. I think we're having a debate of whether or not any youth academy players played up front under the Sir Alex Ferguson team. None really come to mind, Danny Welbeck, but that's a disgrace to mention in the topic. Just before we finish then, Kiran, as I said, much appreciated. I've enjoyed this discussion.
Thank you.
Very passionate, full of intensity. As I said, this is an example for anybody that's watching and is interested to coming on. Like we said, me and Kiran, we have not spoken before. We've never spoken before. But our love for Manchester United, the relationship and the connection that we have for Manchester United makes this conversation as if I've known him all my life. So that is the power of Manchester United and the power of the Redflex global community. Just before we finish, Kiran, I know that you're on Instagram, and I'd just like you to share maybe a couple of things that you're doing on Instagram and let everyone know what you do and how they can follow you.
So basically, my page is called as 20_RedArmy_20. So basically, what we do is we keep you updated with everything, from the full-time score to the starting lineup to the current discussion to memes. We got everything for you. So go give a follow to not miss out on any action.
Make sure you do follow, and make sure you also like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Redflex global community. Manchester United love is everywhere, so you may as well follow and like and share all Manchester United content in the world. Just before we wrap up then, very quickly, who was your man of the match in the Fulham versus Man United game?
Pogba. What a give to him.
It has to be, isn't it?
Yeah, surely. I mean, that goal is still in my head. It's been played in a loop. I enjoyed that goal so much. I mean, I can literally sit and watch that goal over and over again. I'm never bored.
Goal of the season contender already, maybe? Goal of the year contender, even.
Why not? I mean, that was such a magnificent goal. I mean, I don't see why not.
Absolutely. Kiran, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carson, for having me.
No, that's
thank
not
you
a problem.
so much for having me.
We will get to see a lot more of yourself. Make sure you follow Kiran on Instagram. I've checked out some of his stuff, a lot of cool stuff on there, so make sure you do that. That's about it for the Global Fan Cam today. Just a reminder, if you want your opportunity to appear on the Redflex and be a part of our global community, and you want to express your love or you want to talk about Man United, even if you don't watch football, we will try and get you to watch football. If you don't support Man United, come on and tell us why you don't support Man United. We will try and get you to do the right thing and support Manchester United. But thank you very much for everybody who's tuned in. Thank you for everybody who's leaving comments. We really do appreciate your engagement with us. But we will be back for the match preview and match reactions for the Liverpool game, which is going to be a massive game. Hopefully won't be 0-0 this time. So a lot more content to come on the Redflex. But until then, from myself and Kiran, stay safe, have a great evening, and we will all see you soon. Thanks a lot.
Adios.